Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Well, it's report card time, and at the end of next week will be my 6th-month marker on being on low-carb, high-fat. And, some of the docs say it'll take a while. It takes a few weeks to become fat adapted, stop burning glucose and start burning your fat, and or the fat that you're eating. And if there's no glucose, it goes right after the fat. So that's the premise of the whole thing, is that if you're still eating carbs, it always eats the carbs first. Like when you have a high sugar meal, it attacks it digests the sugar first. And so what's left as the fat stays as fat, gets converted into your fat, not the fat that you just ate, if you're following me. So, so being fat adapted means that my fat ratio is up there, and it's usually, I always aim for 70%. Some days it's hard to get it above 64 or something. I tweak and I tweak, but and so when Jeff Volek, who is like the god of low carb, high fat, along with Stephen Finney, when they talk about the carbs, they're not talking about fibrous veggies, and what they're talking about is the junk, the wheat, the sugar, things like that, the processed foods, or the processed foods, as some Canadians say, which I love to hear. And so, okay, so how am I feeling after 6 months of doing this? Absolutely no regrets. None. None. And, I almost recoil when I see something that is carby now. And it's a great feeling for me, because sometimes I'm tempted. Now I've recreated the almond meal pizza, and that is divine, and that is like something that just saves me. As I was adapting, I would have things like the popcorn that I make at home, and my true last outside of the home guilty pleasure is popcorn at the movies. And the last 2 times I brought my own grass-fed melted butter in a little glass jar. I did. And so that's really the last of the things. And I mean, it's every 4 months or so, one time. So how do I feel? Well, I guess when you have your labs done, your blood work done, that's a real good indication of where you're at. And so my labs came back all excellent. And as I said, after my annual in January, and it's now the end of February, as I said, the only thing that she scolded me for was using Q-tips still. And it's like, well, yeah, the old dog is still going to probably use them. It's just I'm a Q-tip person. But anyway, that was kind of funny. So my labs came back fine. All of the tests that I had in January came back fine, or negative, or no change, or whatever all of them do. And now there's just the copay part. Oh boy! But anyway, no, I have no regrets, and I'm so excited. And I would say after 6 months that yeah, I'm kind of fat adapted and totally in sync with it. And of course, it takes a while to find the right recipes, the right foods. Being low carb, high fat, first of all, the high fat does not mean that you're eating spare ribs every night, or short ribs, or like hunka meats. What it means is, I call the H, when I'm in my head, healthy fats. So it's low carb, healthy fats. And the healthy fats for me are coconut oil, olive oil, grass-fed butter, and the fats that come from small portions of food, of meat that I will have, animal products that I will have. And I'm having eggs like I've been having a salad with a couple of hard-boiled eggs on it for a lunch when I have to go the whole day. And yesterday I had a salad at 11, and it had in it avocado, 2 tablespoons of evu, the 2 hard-boiled eggs, 1 strip of no nitrate, no nitrite bacon chopped up in it. I think those were the only fats. And it held me totally. And then I had my organic berries. And so when I came home last night from my long day, but fun, I just had a fat bomb. And that was it for me for the day. And it's like I woke up this morning and I'm still feeling like okay from basically not eating for, well, at this point it's 18 or 19 hours, which is the usual for me. And by the time I do eat, which is going to be the same, repeat, if you liked what you had yesterday, do it again. So I'm having the salad again today. And I'm banging out some 5 very long days. I usually don't work on this day, but I'm doing a 9-hour shift today, so I'm banging it out, so I had to be totally prepared. And as most of you know, I am the queen of preparing. And so that's what I've been doing. You know, I had to get all my little supplements in little containers so I can just have them when I have my food. And making sure I have enough Zyla, making sure I have enough Keurig coffees. And then my salad for today, my organic berries for today, my bone broth. Yesterday I made turkey neck broth. Yes, I'm finishing up the beef bone broth. So I've always got that going too. And tonight is steak night, and so we're doing cauliflower in a cast iron Dutch oven and Brussels sprouts in a cast iron Dutch oven, and the roasted asparagus in an aluminum foil tent on the big green egg along with the steak. So it's yummy, and I have my once a week treat of an organic baked potato, and I'm in heaven. So how do I feel? I feel really, really great. And every day I'm learning new ideas, new recipes, new how-tos. I'm on quite a few low-carb, high-fat websites that teach me, in addition to walking and listening to my podcasts. So it's all good. And so I would say that I'm very, very, very happy that I moved over. And I guess the struggle wasn't as tough of a struggle because I was already willing. And, you know, as they say around the halls, and I also actually heard Dr. Phil say it to the twin addicts the other day, you don't have to be willing, you have to be willing to be willing. And so if you're still on the fence about whether you should do the transition to the low-carb, high-fat, you know, when it's right for you, if it's ever right for you, you'll do it. If not, and you're successful with your smart points, stay there. You know, why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you're struggling and you're still hungry, I'm telling you, you don't have to be hungry. And I'm always hearing little tips from people in my tribe and other places where it's like, you know, how do you tame it if it pops, if it rears its head, you're low carb, high fat. And a lot of us just say 1 tablespoon of a nut butter and it just goes through your body. You could have a 1/2 ounce of cashews or almonds or walnuts or macadamia nuts. This food plan loves healthy fats like that. And your brain loves healthy fats like that. And Jeff Volek, when I was listening to a podcast of him yesterday when I walked, he said sometimes it's the cell membranes that need the fat, and adapting to the low-carb, high-fat food plan, you know, it takes a while for your cells to regenerate. I can't remember how he said. I know your gut is a lot more often than you think. And for the rest of the cell membranes in your body, I can't remember, so I'm not going to quote him, but he says, you know, you have to be on this plan for a while to make sure that everything is replenished in all of your cells in your body. And so that's stuff that I get. You know, I don't really get all the scientific stuff behind him. And I appreciate him so much because he's a brainiac, and yet he can dumb it down so somebody like me can understand. So, you know, I read my books, I read my blogs, I read others' blogs, I listen to the podcast. I get validation for what I'm doing all over the place. And I have no regrets 6 months into it. And I weigh I'm telling you, I weighed this in the 5th grade, and that was the last time I weighed this. And when you're a woman, you know that we've got all the hormonal stuff going on. We've got changes, total changes like premenopause, menopause, after having a baby, being pregnant. We really work our bodies over, and sometimes we don't come back out of it the same way we went into it. So it's you know, we have to be mindful all the time of the changes in our body. And I do know that Healthful Pursuit, her name is Leanne, she's from Canada, and she has an excellent, excellent website. And she is under 30, absolutely adorable, knows her fat. She's a certified nutritionist, and I'm not. And so when you listen to her, you can get great ideas. She does reviews of books. She reviewed The Wild Diet, the man that I follow, Abel James. She reviewed Dave Asprey's book, The Bulletproof Diet, which I also follow. I do like a combination of the two men's food plans. Sometimes she does what I eat in a day. Some of it's odd, but she teaches, and so give her a look, Healthful Pursuit on YouTube. So, in the meantime, stay away from boxes and bags that have crap in them, and stay away from Green Giant frozen veggies. I'm so disappointed in them. They put stuff in them. It's not just steamed, like sugar snap peas, which I loved that they do, or I love their peas. No, they put stuff in it. Baking soda. I don't need baking soda in my peas. Thank you very much. Please, no peas with baking soda. Anyway, have a wonderful day. This has been Sarah. Enjoy your day. Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.